Well, you know, a lot of people, including those involved with the Vikings, weren't surprised when Widnes finished bottom of last year's Super League. However, this year, they've recruited two major signings who they believe will make them top 8 contenders in 2013.
The younger you get them, the quicker they're hooked. And these little players at Spinney Avenue Primary School have already fallen in love with League. It helps, though, when the stars from the local Super League team pop along. And a great chance, too, for Widnes new boys Gareth Hock and Kevin Brown to get to know the locals.
They say when you join a new team, Gaz, it's like going back to school in a way, and here you are doing spotty dogs. You're enjoying it so far?
Yeah, a bit embarrassing doing the spotty dog, but like moved to a new team and like you said, it's like going to a different school, but really enjoying it.
How are you settling in?
Really good, yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's good facilities, better than what I thought it was, and I'm just really enjoying it.
A shoulder injury meant Hock missed the first game, a win over London, but he made his debut in a fiery encounter with St Helens last weekend. His arrival at Widnes came as a bit of a surprise just days before the season began, having left Wigan after a fallout with the club, where he played man and boy. This year, though, it's all about the Vikings.
What do you think the club's going to achieve this year? I know it's early days, but what are you hoping to achieve?
I think they've come a lot away from last year, and obviously they brought me and Kevin, so Kev will direct them in the park, and we've got a bit of go forward with me. So, like I said, looking to get that top 8. I think they've got a good chance of getting there. It's still a lot of things to work on, but I think when Kevin that comes back and there's a direction around the pitch and stuff, I think they'll be all right.
Kevin Brown shares that Wigan connection with Gareth, having been brought up through the ranks there before joining Huddersfield. It's been a frustrating close season for him, and he's still a couple of weeks away from making his Vikings debut following injuries that have meant he's hardly played since July last year.
Yeah, the semi-final was the last game. It seems a long time. It's been a long pre-season, but you know, it's not far off now, and I'm really excited and, you know, a bit nervous.
How have you coped with it? Because we hear people talk about how depressing it can be not being part of it and playing your trade, really. What's it been like for you?
Yeah, it's been tough, but I think the worst week was the week where the lads were playing the first Super League game, and, you know, I was training, they was training, it's not too bad, but when they were playing and, you know, you can't play, it's hard, but you just got to get your head down, and I'm lucky that it's not too far off now, and I'm only going to miss a couple of games, and then I'll be able to get stuck in with my new teammates. That's something I'm really looking forward to.
He's getting there fitness-wise, and so are these youngsters, learning lessons from League about healthy hearts.
I've just seen you giving a victory sign, Jamie Lee. What's that all about?
When you, at the end, when you've just like played a healthy game, you'll need to do the victory sign, put it together, and then check your pulse.
What's that telling us, do you think, James?
It's telling you if you've been doing loads of exercise and it goes faster and faster.
So no victory V for the Vikings last weekend, but they're aiming high for a top 8 finish this year.
I think the team, you know, without the new signings have improved. I think the fitness levels and the defence, it looks a lot better from the games we witnessed. So, you know, I've got to fit into that now, and there is a bit of pressure, but I do always try and put a bit of pressure on myself and always want to play well and want to win, so not much will change. I think people's expectations are probably a bit higher than normal, but, you know, I've just got to live with that and hopefully match up to them.
Expectations are indeed high, but these kids will be cheering them all the way.
Great atmosphere by the looks of things at that little training session with Kevin and Gareth Hock. Kevin Brown, of course, he's not in the side just yet. He's got an ankle injury that required surgery. Gareth came off the bench last weekend after about 25 minutes and took on the Saints. A lot of people scratched their head, Terry, when Gareth signed for Widnes. I mean, they finished bottom of the table last year. Do you think it's a good move for him? It's a great move for Widnes.
Yeah, it's a different team though, Eddie, like last year, and I think if you look at the weekend's game they played against St Helens, they conceded 9 penalties in the first half, and last year, normally when they made a mistake, they give a penalty away, they conceded a try, but the defence was absolutely outstanding. And like John talks about engagement and participation of youngsters playing the game, and isn't that brilliant that you get two internationals going out, playing, mixing with the kids, and the brilliant role models. They are what rugby league's all about for me, getting out in the community, selling the clubs, and they've got 440 Super League games between them, and that's what Widnes have bought. Widnes have bought the expertise, have bought the professionalism of those two guys. And you know what, sometimes Gaz is like one of those pantomime villains where everybody seems to hate him because of the way that he plays the game. Kevin Brown has got an awful lot of class, and they've brought so much to that Widnes side already in the opening 2 games, even though Kevin's not played as well.
Well, Kevin was the marquee signing, John, wasn't he? But I suppose I've heard Gareth Hock being described as the biggest signing of 2013, and they take a lot away from Gareth Ellis at Hull if they say that.
Yeah, they really do, but he's an immense player. I mean, on the field of play, he's a threat, there's no doubt about that. If you're defending against Gareth Hock, you know you're going to have your hands full, because not only does he carry the ball very aggressively, he's got a great offload, he's a very creative player. Kevin Brown, organisationally brilliant, and his leadership skills come into it. But I don't think we should just talk about them, Eddie. I think people like Stephen Marsh, I've been really impressed with him in the early parts of the season. Sean Briscoe's coming back, he's like a new signing for them. So they've got some real quality there. They've evolved as a team, and I'm looking forward to see Widnes competing over the 27 rounds to really see if they can get that measure of consistency. And you never know, they might well get into the top 8.
I was going to say, you're both talking them up. Can they make the 8?
I think they can. I think they can, with the harsh lessons that they learned last year and the strength that they've got in the squad. Dennis has brought some of the youngsters, pushed them up into the first team. Where, look at last year, none of the youngsters, when they were in the Championship, ever really went into a full-time environment, trained with some of the bigger senior professionals. You look at Hep Cale, and absolutely, he was a Trojan last year. 3 prop fours, they lose Ben Cross this week, but Dennis has still got the strength in depth where he can go for Ben Kavanagh, Ben Davis, Steve Pickersgill. So there's players there, they weren't there last year. And they, as I said earlier, they learnt harsh lessons, which has made them better players, and they need to improve, and they have improved.
Well, we'll see how they go.